So welcome back once again. Here in this video we will take variables in PHP. So here we just take some theoretical portion over here. Then in the next video we will do the practically how to declare the variable, how to use the variable, and how to use the scope of the variable. So in the theoretical portion, if we see, the main way to store information in the middle of PHP program is by using a variable. So but basically we can say that the variables are used to store the values in the memory. Like no, whatever we have to do, we have to make the process on the variable on the values. Or now the values are stored in the memory and the variables are the address for that memory. Or in simple concept, we see that variables are just like the baskets in which we can put the fruits and vegetables, and we will get that vegetables and fruits as when we required from that basket. Okay, so here are the some most important things to know about the variable in PHP is that all variable in PHP are denoted by a leading dollar sign. Okay, so it means to say that whenever we have to declare a variable, we have to precede that variable with this symbol dollar. Then we have to give the name of the variable. The value of the variable is the value of its most recent assignment. Now, to a variable we can assign a number of values. Now we can assign this value this time, but it will retain the most recent value that we have assigned to that variable. Variables are assigned with this operators. The values to the variables are assigned using this operator. Basically, this is not, if we see in mathematics, this is called as the equal to operator, but in case of any programming language or in case of PHP, this is what called as the assignment operator. Okay, so with the variables on the left hand side and the expression to be evaluated on the right hand side of this symbol. So variable can but do not need to be declared before assignment. A variable can be declared with assignment or without assignment. Variable in PHP do not have interesting type. A variable does not know in advance whether it will be used to store a number or a string characteristic. As we take in the example of C and C++ over there we have to declare the variable first, and we also have to make sure that which type of the value it will store in the coming future. But whereas in the case of PHP, this is don't have the interesting type. We can declare any variable and we can assign any value to that variable, either it is a number or a string value. Variable used before that are assigned have default value. PHP does a good job of automatically converting type from one type to another them if necessary. If we have a variable before that we have assigned it to a string value, now if we wanted to make it integer value, the PHP does it automatically. Now PHP has total of 8 data type which are used to construct our variables. So variable types that we are having in PHP, that is of total 8 types. First is that is integer, that is used to store the whole number values, like anything like we can say that 4195, like this way whole number values are used to store in the variable integer type. Then there is a double data type is there in which we use to store the floating numbers, that numbers with decimals, we can say that. Then boolean is having only two possible values, that is either true or false. And there is some special variable to which we have to assign only one value, that is null. And another type is coming over there as the string variables, that is a sequence of characters, like PHP supports string operations. So this is what we can call it as a string, that is collection of characters, or but we can say that sequence of characters. Then array is another type of variable that we declare in the use in PHP, that is arrays are named and indexed collection of other values. Okay, and the object are the instance of programmer defined classes which can package up both other kind of values and functions that are specific to the class. And then is coming the resources are the specific variable that hold references to the other resources external to PHP, such as database connections. So here in this our case, we are going to discuss only first 5 variable, and in this particular lesson, and in the later stages or later in the video, we will also discuss another 2 variables, that is arrays and object, that we will discuss in the coming videos. Then we will start with the arrays and object over there. So the first integer type is, the variable is, they are a whole number without a decimal point, like this way. They are the simplest type. They correspond to simple whole number, both positive as well as the negative. Integer can be assigned to the variable. If we see, we have to declare the variable as like this way. We have used dollar symbol, then we have to give the name of the variable here, and to give the name of the variable, there we have to follow certain rules over there. What are the rules that we will discuss at the end of this lecture? So to this we have assigned this value, and we can also assign this positive value as well as the negative value to this variable integer data type. Then there is coming in the double data type. To this we have to assign the decimal value. Double prints the minimum number of decimal place needed. For example, here if we see in this code, we have put the value 2 point something something something, then to this variable 2 point something something, and we have taken another variable in which we are adding the value of these 2 variables, and after addition this value will be assigned to this variable, that is few. If we print this value, this plus this equal to this few, then this will give us the output as equal to 4.5, because here we see that double prints with the minimum number of decimal places. So it will go with only 4.5 in our case, and that is of plus. Then is coming the boolean values, that is having only 2 values to assign this, either true or either false. Okay, and what more about its detail that we will learn in the coming videos. Then there is coming as another special type, is that is having only value, that is null. To give a variable the null value, simply assign it to as equal to say null. The special constant null is capitalized by convention, but actually it is case sensitive. You should just as well as type like this way. A variable that has been assigned null has the following properties. It evaluates to false in a boolean context, or it returns false when tested with each setup function. So how to use and evaluation with boolean and each set function, that we will do in the coming video in detail. Then is coming in the another data type is string. They are the sequence of characters, or what we can say that collection of characters. Okay. Following are the examples of this. Here we have declared a variable string 1_1. This is a string in double quotes. This is a string in single quote. This is a string. This string has 39 characters, and this string is having no character. We have this is assigned with 0 character. Okay, so single quoted strings are treated almost literally, whereas the double quoted strings replace variable with their value, as well as especially interpreted certain character sequence. Here you just see the difference over here. We have declared a variable, and to this we have assigned a value, that is name. Got it? So whenever we have to assign a value in the form of string, it has to be assigned in double quotes. Here we have assigned it the double quotes. Now we have declared another variable, that is literally, and to this we have assigned a value in the single quote. Here what we are doing, we are writing here my, then dollar, we are giving the reference of this variable over here, will not print. Okay, then we are printing this value literally, and after this we are printing break element here of HTML. Then we have declared another variable to same variable literally over here, and to this time we are assigning this value in double quotes here. In the single quote, here it is defined assigned with the double quotes, and will print and again we are using the print method and we are printing the value of this variable literally. So we see the output here my, and here it is displaying it as a value over here. It's like a string as over there, that is my dollar variable will not display. Here it will display the value of the variable, that is name. My name will print over here. So this is the way if we assign a variable string with the double quotes and in a single quote, what is we are going to getting the difference over there. So there is no artificial limit on string length. We can assign the string as per the memory available to us. Certain character sequence begin with the backslash are replaced with special characters. So variable names starting with dollar are replaced with string representation of their values. Here are certain escape sequences are replacements that is given over here. If we use backslash n is replaced by new line character. If we use this sequence backslash r, this is equal to the cartridge return, or what we can say that it will act as like enter key in case of PC, and backslash t is replaced by the tab character. It will work as like of our tab key on the keyboard, and backslash dollar is replaced by the dollar sign itself, and backslash then double quotes is placed by the single double quotes there, and backslash slash is replaced by the single backslash there. Okay, then in the last we have to discuss the scope of the variable. The scope of the variable is of three types, then that is the local variable, global variable, and the static variables. So what are the local variable? A variable declared in a function. Now what is actually is the function that we will see in the coming videos when we will study the function in the PHP. So function basically are the small program that return us a value after their execution. Okay, so if variables declared in a function is considered local, if it is declared within a function, that is it can be referenced solely in that function. Any assignment outside of that function will be considered to be an entirely different variable from the one contained in the function. Okay, so if we see at this example over here, if we see at this example here, we have declared a variable x and to this we have assigned the value 4. Now we are going to creating a function assign x. The name of this function is assign x. So this is the way of declaring the function. In this function here, this is the body. In the from this curly bracket to this bracket, this is the body of the function. So within this curly bracket, these curly brackets, if we declare a variable, that is what called as the local variable to that function. So here the local variable become x, that is to which we have assigned the value equal to 0. If we use this function, this is inside function as, then it will display the value of this, and if we call this function here, and we have again print function we have used over there to print the value of x. So here in this case what it will do, this will display this value that is 0, and this will display this value that is 4 in our case. So this here, this variable here, look at this variable is having the local scope. This can be used within these curly brackets. Okay, so next is coming the global variables. In contrast to the local variables, global variable can be accessed in any part of the programmer, in one function, in another function, or in another function, or any part of the program. Okay, however, in order to be modified, a global variable must explicitly declare to be global in function in which it is to be modified. This is accomplished conveniently enough by placing the global keyword in front of that variable. For example, look at this example. Here we have declared variable, some variable, and to this we have assigned the value 15. Now this is a global variable because this is declared within a program but not within a function. So now we are going to have declaring a function add it, and here it is the this function is body start from this curly bracket to this curly bracket. Now we are going to modify this variable in this function. This is a global function variable, sorry. So we are going to modify this global variable in this function. So what we have to do, we have to explicitly write global over here before this, and what we are doing, we are incrementing this value by 1. Okay, so initially it's having the value 15. Now we have incremented its value by 1. So somewhere is having value of this is, then we have called the function this, so it will display the value as 16 because we have modified this global variable within this function. So that's why we have to use the global keyword over here. So I hope you have got it. And then there is coming other in the last is static variables. The final type of the variable scope that I discuss is known as a static. In this contrast to the variable declared as function parameters, which are destroyed in functions exit. Now when we declare a function variable in and we call a function, so when a function is close, or what we can say the function is exit, when then the variable or that variable within that function also destroyed. Now sometimes we wanted to retain the value of that particular variable, so in order to that we have to declare that variable as a static variable. So in order to make a variable as static, so we have to write static in front of that variable. Look at this example. Here we are declaring a function keep underscore track is the name of the function, and then we are writing here the body of the function from this curly bracket to this curly bracket, and here we just wanted to make this variable count as a static variable. Now we just static count, we have initialized this variable equal to 0. Now what we are doing, we are going to incrementing this value by 1. After that we have printed the value displayed, we want this value to be displayed on the browser screen. After this we are going to put the break, after the line break. For this we have used br element of HTML. Now we are calling this function for the first time, then it will display us the value 1. Initially its value is 0. Look at this example, initially its value is equal to 0. Now we have increments its value by 1, so now its value be going to be coming as 1, so it's going to display us as 1. Okay, now again we are calling this function. The last time the value of this function was 1, so again we are incrementing this value as by 1, so it's this time going to display it as 2. Now again we are calling third time this value. Now the last time the value of the variable was 2, so again we are incrementing it by 1, so this time it will display 3. Now look at example, if what will happen if we don't declare it as static. Look at this, if we don't declare it as static, in this case what will happen, it will having the value equal to 0. Now we are going to incrementing its value by 1, so it will display us 1. Now once it's done, now it will get again initialized. Now it will again initialized means it will, if we call this function second time, so it will be again initialized, then it will value, its value again become equal to 0. So it will display us 1 1 1 in that case, because every time it will not retain its value as it is not a, if it is not a static variable. So every time it will get initialized over here. So that's the reason, if we wanted to keep the value of the last execution of the variable to be as it is, then we have to declare that variable as static. I think you have got the concept of the local variable, global variable, and the static variable up to this time. And in the last, here is the variable naming conventions that we must have to follow. And whenever we have to declare the variable, we must have to follow some conventions over there to declare the variable. Variable name must begin with a letter or underscore character. For example, whenever we have to declare a variable, we have to use a $sign, and after the $sign, either we have to use the underscore symbol or we have to use the letter. Okay. Then variable name can consist of number after underscore or after a letter, whatever the value we wanted to give, we can give over there. That is, we can use number, we can use letter, we can use underscore, but we cannot use characters like plus, minus, then module operator, then comma, parenthesis, and operator, and all these things, because these are the symbol reserved for some other calculations or another operations in PHP. Okay, so there is no size limit for the variables here. No, in PHP we don't have to give the size limit for the variables over there. So within this we have almost done with the PHP variables, and how to declare the variables in PHP, how to name the variables in the PHP, and what are the scopes of the variables in PHP, and how many data types are available in the PHP. So in the next video we will do some example that will consisting of all type of variable declaration and using them in our program. So see you in the next video, in which we are putting our hand to some practical over there to learn about the variables. So that's all for now. See you in the next.